Hello, everybody. It's me and Robin again. I want to clarify some stuff. Today, for the first time it's the 25th. Things got crazy the 4th. So 14th, the 24th, 21 days. And I had no idea what I did. Today, a very reliable, truly good friend. I'm not going to mention names because I promised I wouldn't. Got a hold of me finally and told me what he heard. And here's what it is. Supposedly, not supposedly, I was given money. Well, first, let me give you a story. Turned 65, I lost my disability, long-term disability, from work disability, not SSI, which is about $900 a month. And I want to be very transparent because I've told you everything about me. You've lived in my living room for 6.5 years. I really don't have a lot to hide. Well, I lost that. That was about $900 a month. At the same time, there was a problem, and I was already struggling, okay? Trust me, I was struggling. We were struggling. Dawn can't really go out and get a job because we're raising the 3 grandchildren and they got special needs, okay? I'm not crying on your shoulder. I'm just telling you the facts. Anyway, so Easter, I wake up and I can't breathe. Panicked. I'm thinking I'm saying goodbye to the world. Dawn calls 911 or whatever, and they haul me to the hospital. I made 4 trips. Every trip was a few $100s in an ambulance. Anyway, so that happened. Ash came to see me with Chris, and he talked to Dawn alone, and he said, "What's going on with the mortgage?" Well, we got to the point about 14 months ago, or 15, I don't even remember now. Well, I couldn't pay it. I couldn't pay it and feed the kids and do all the other stuff. And trust me, we're not living large. You look how I dress. And my house literally needs a lot of work. So he gave her 1 month's mortgage payment. He said, "Here, take this." Dawn said, "Oh my God, thank you." She cried, whatever she told me. And she put it in her bedroom. That's where it is right now. So we came, after I got out of the hospital, no, while I was in the hospital, Chris Johnson, who I thought was a brother, obviously I was mistaken a little bit. Loved the guy. I thought I still did. Okay, I don't get it. But anyway, he said, "What's keeping you from going home? I mean, when you go home." I said, I can't get in the house. My dad made these horrible stairs and they're real long and I couldn't put my leg up high enough to get in. "I'll pay for the stairs." "You're kidding me." No, I did not ask him, but he said he would. And he did. The problem was, I got a hold of a guy to build the steps, and there's a certain criteria you can build. It has to be so wide, blah, blah, blah. And the material was off the chart. So it wound up being the money that Chris sent, it doesn't matter how much, paid for the material. I said, "Oh my God, if the material's here, the guy's ready to work." My son found out, who, thank God, helped me out, and he paid the difference. So it was double what I thought it would be. I would have never did it. If you could just put steps that were sturdy and a metal rail, ugly, I don't care, just to get in the house, I'd have been happy. But it didn't turn out that way, and got beautiful, beautiful steps, porch, but I could have done without it. So that happened. And then people started contacting, would like to send money. And at one point, Chris, who was like a brother to me, called Dawn about, people want to give you money. Where do they send it? She doesn't know anything about that. So anyway, it happened. They wanted to send money. I was so grateful because I had no idea what bills are going to be slamming on me. Now let's keep the money Ash gave me aside for a minute. So many people sent me 10, 20, 30, 10, 15, 25, 50, I think one. And I was like, wow. So it came to Venmo, PayPal, but it wasn't thousands, okay? It might have been 1,000. I'm not even sure, but it doesn't matter. Listen to what I'm saying. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. What's the other one? Anyway, I have a record of everybody who paid and how much they paid. And it brought tears to my eyes that people would help me. I never, and if I did, I want to apologize to everybody. I never remember going and asking for money. Minnow, who was like a sister to me, set up where she was collecting money and got it to me. And she paid me money too. God bless her for doing that. But it was all from the goodness of people's heart, I thought. But all of that money combined, just so everyone knows, didn't pay for everything. I got slammed. Now, I know they're thinking, because the point was from this reliable source was, I'm just sucking money out of people's wallets, taking advantage of people. And that hurts me more than anything, because I would never do that. At one point, somebody was in really bad shape, and I had the last $100 and I gave it to him. I had pennies in my bank account. Now, you either believe that's who I am or you don't. And at one point, Ash believed that. But I still have that money Ash gave me. Now, I'm going to get to that story. So I go to Venmo and all the stuff. I have everybody's name, how much they paid, and I believed, and I believe with all my heart, God lets me live long enough to get through this craziness. I'm going to pay everybody back plus some. Now, do people believe it? If they don't believe it, did I tell everybody that? No, but that's who I am. If you don't know who the freak I am by now, you never will. And especially Mr. Mapara, he should know. Money hungry, really? So I got everybody's name. I'm going to pay everybody back as soon as things get moving, if I'm permitted to move forward. Do I need to be the spokesman of the company? Obviously not. I am now Clyde and Robin's Bonnie. Can't believe it, but that's the facts. This reliable source said that it's all about being greedy, taking money from people, hoarding money, blah, 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 blah. I have nothing. I have nothing. I took the money that was given to me and I survived. And I paid the bills. Just got another big bill yesterday. Went to CVS, $350. I'm taking 12 pills a day and some crap. I feel like crap taking them. But I thought, keep pushing the company, keep pushing the belief in Mr. Mapara and the end game here, and everything's going to work out. And I would feel much better, pay off my debt to everyone who took care of me and pay off my debt. And I've said to Chris Johnson, who I thought was my brother, I said to him, I don't care about money. I just want to have enough I don't have to think about it. I think I've said that 1,000 times on every webinar there ever was. And that's the facts. If I knew that people giving from the goodness of their heart was going to turn into me being a bank robber or some greedy, nasty guy, I would have never done it. No way was it worth this. I would have struggled like I'm struggling. My son still helps me. My daughters help me until things get moving. That's facts. And thank God, finally, somebody came forward. And the reason I kept asking, what is it? And he said, well, they know what they did. God strike me dead if I knew. Would you be willing to say that right now? I had no idea. Left recording saying I don't know what it was. Now, am I going to sit here and badmouth the company, Mr. Mafar, and all this stuff? No. Thousands of people did that, and they weren't written in the back of that office. They weren't written in OES. There's people overseas that stole millions. Their name was never written in that back office. But Marty DeGarmo and Robin Noble, Bonnie and Clyde, who had 2 devastating years, I know people have it worse, are getting persecuted because people sent money. And it helped us. I'm going to tell you something for Robin, and she's not going to want me to do it. I know this for a fact. They were talking about collecting money for her because she got devastating news, diagnosed with 3 different cancers. When I brought it up to her, I said, oh, no, don't get that started. Yes, I could use it, but I don't want people to think I'm getting favoritism because this could blow up. And my God, she was right. I said, no, that will never happen. Ash knows who you are. All these other so-called leaders and brothers and sisters know who we are. They know that would never happen. And there's a group of leaders that got together and decided my fate. And Robin. If it's just me being a spokesman and Robin, I don't know about her, but I don't care. That's fine. I wish I'd have never put myself out there this far. I could have been just happy. I built a good size people. I got to know a lot of people. I could have done it without all that. But I wound up being the policeman. Everybody came to me. And I want to tell you something. The responses I got from yesterday, and I expected 50-50, it wasn't 50-50. 99.9% people loved me and Robin. And they said the kindest things. And I'll never forget that. Now, what people tell you and what they believe, and listen, I want to tell you something. Everyone and all the leaders that you know have skeletons in their closet. And I could do what they did to me with each one of them and give you something that you would go, oh my God, I didn't know that. But I would never, ever, 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 never do that. Some of them who are pretend to be friends and now against me, badmouth the other person to me. And I was always trying to be the peacemaker, trying to go to people and say, no, don't blow this up. Let it go. No, don't talk about that. No, Ash doesn't want us to do that. No, we got to be careful. What should I say? Don't talk about what's coming. We don't know. And this went on and on and on for 6.5 years. Then all of a sudden, group of people, sounds like Ash too, Marty DeGarmo, his wife and his family are greedy, and they're taking advantage of people. But I swear to you, it was never my intent. If I knew that people give me money to help me with my bills was going to create this, I'd have never, ever, 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 never did it. Because this hurt me more than anything you could imagine. And I'm still on recovery. Going through this happy horse crap. I cannot believe it. It was like a nightmare. My wife is in shock. My son, who met Ash, is in shock. You know how many private conversations I had with Mr. McFarland? He's like a brother to me. And I'll never go there. I'm not going to badmouth Mr. McFarland. I'm just hurt that this went this far and people thought something like that so quickly, like villagers. Marty did this, Marty did that. And a handful of people, the ones we all love and cherish, kicked me to the curb in 1 second. And every one of these so-called leaders, I helped them. Without a doubt. So I just want to give you my side. The reliable source told me it was about money because I'm greedy. I guess I'm Bernie Madoff, Marty Madoff, all of a sudden. But like I said, and I promise you this to everyone out there, please share this. If you gave me a dime, and the records, I have all of them, as far as I know, when things get better, I will pay you every cent plus something. I paid money towards Seeds Academy. Couldn't afford it. Chris raised thousands for them. Thousands and thousands and thousands. I thought it was great. Anyway, I'm going to stop because I just want to, you don't know what it's like to be accused and you don't know what it was and all of a sudden find out and you're just in shock as before you even knew. But I'm glad I know. I love you to the person that told me finally. Never ever will say who it was. But it just never thought that's what it was. If I thought that's what it was, I would have addressed it a long time ago. I left out 25, 30 video audios. I'm sorry I took money I shouldn't have. I can't say that because I didn't know I was sorry for it. I wasn't. They wanted to help me. I helped other people. I don't get it. When you give from the goodness of your heart and then you're going to get attacked for it. I'm going to say this one more time. And if I did, because I'm only human and I'm getting older and maybe I forgot, I never, ever remember going out and say, send me money, please. I would say, thank you. I would like to send you money. Where can I send it? And give them an address. That happened. Do you know why I would say yes? Because I knew if it was on the other foot, I would do the same thing. Not for everybody on Passive, there's a million people. But we all got a close friendship with some of us. Boy, did that hurt. And then I found out some of my friends aren't my friends. And all the people in the background who never get a spotlight, that I always believed should have, they're the ones that came forward and showed support that they love me and they love Robin. And I want to thank you all for that. I'll never, never forget it. And I'm not going anywhere, but I'm gonna make this very clear, unless things are changed, which I doubt if they will now, is I am not a representative of the company. I'm not a spokesman for them. That has been taken away, it looks like, for good. Which hurts because I spent my last 6.5 years, that's what I did. Anyway, I'm going to turn over to Robin. Sorry.
Marty, very courageous and very proud to be your friend. Very courageous and honorable what you're doing here this morning. I am proud to be your friend. I'm devastated by the news that this is what has been the root of all of this turmoil and separation within the community. I would like to start by saying thank you so much to those people who've sent caring and considerate and heartwarming messages, support and prayers since this message that was posted in the back in the pop-up I never wanted this to be aired publicly. I never thought that my name would be put somewhere and be accused of something and judged by so many without just a little bit of courtesy of having somebody come to me and ask me directly or tell me what I had done wrong. I'm embarrassed. I'm incredibly embarrassed. That this is how you would think of me and you would think of Marty. And I'm sorry, the tears have not stopped flowing and I can't stop them. I have been sent into an absolute turmoil and physical trauma from this. And I'm really struggling. Money has obviously turned into being the root again of most evil and most jealousies. And this is just proven here in this scenario with all of this. I'm so desperately sad that the people that I thought were my friends have turned, like Marty, what I thought is a generous, incredibly humanitarian gesture that I fought so hard not to accept and ultimately didn't have a choice because I was such a bad financial way and still am. In accepting the gifts I thought too were gifts, and I too had pledged to myself that I would repay everybody who was so kind in sending money. I never thought I would have to be apologizing for accepting a financial gift that I thought that somebody had given from their heart. But I am. I'm extremely sorry that I accepted your gifts. And I'm extremely sorry that the leaders created and self-deigned have turned this into a reason to have Marty and me attacked. I'm devastated by all of this. But unfortunately, if there are no responses to calls and messages, and we are put up and accused of things that we don't know that we've done, and we are shamed into something, I don't know what the purpose was of naming us, other than absolute total embarrassment, and I'm so ashamed. There's no other way to respond to this but doing a message like this. I also want to say that, this wonderful We Stand With Ash that people have started up again now, actually started thanks to Tim Johnson when I approached him, and he created on August 15th and August 16th, 2023, two beautiful graphics for me that I started using and that everybody picked up and sent around, and we stood with Ash then. It was also updated on August 1st, 2024, and it was used again by thousands of people. And again, I stood with Ash. And I still stand with Ash. I still hope that this is going to be something that can be healed. This rift, this chasm, this Grand Canyon of distance and difference between so many people, friendships that have been lost over this. Was it all worth it? I hope the people who instigated this, I hope the people who felt that they were giving Ash something that would have us kicked out of the company or have us totally destroyed are satisfied with their results. Because I never wanted to be right up there. The names and the accolades that you've bestowed upon me and you've kindly given me, I never sought, I never went after. And I've been very touched by the kindnesses and the open heart affection. And as Marty said, the people who've come through with regards to this and the messages are people that have stayed in the background quietly waiting, listening, working, and living life. And yet they are the ones who've come through with the prayers, the support, the love for us, for both of us. And I just want to say thank you so much. I'm so grateful to the love and the prayers that have been shared, sent, the voice messages of prayers, the kindnesses that many of you have shown me and Marty. I also want to say publicly, because I said thank you privately, but I want to say thank you to all of you publicly who did send me money through PayPal or to my bank account. I was extremely, extremely touched and grateful for what you did. And I never thought of that as anything other than you giving from your hearts. I never thought that somebody would feel obliged to do it. I never thought that it would ever turn into this terrible, terrible jealousy and evil that has been fostered through, I'm going to say, leaders. I'm going to call them out and call them as leaders. Chris and Minu kindly set up this. Chris kindly promoted helping me. Marty kindly persuaded me to accept this because he knew how much I needed this. And it's true, I said no. I said no because I did not want anybody to feel that I was getting something extra, something special. I was waiting patiently, quietly, in my own little corner for Unpassive to come through with everything that Ash was saying. And when the kindnesses started pouring in, when the gifts of financial help, again, $10, $20, $50, even a couple of $100 from people that I knew were struggling, I was deeply, deeply touched to my core. And for this to be thrown up, and for people and leaders to know that this was being done, and to use this against Marty, to use the financial gifts that were collected but through other efforts, not from him asking. And I don't believe I ever asked for money for myself. And if I've forgotten something, then I ask for that forgiveness, because I never intentionally would have done that. And I don't honestly think I did. People talk about being Christian. People talk about being brothers and sisters. And I'm sorry, those who have done this, I find very difficult to accept any of those names, labels, whatever to them. Some of the most, quote, Christian people in this community have turned out to be some of the most vicious. So I'm going to share something that I have been mulling over whether to say or not these last few days. And maybe this will help you to understand the depth of which you have really hurt me and affected me. But let him or her who is without sin cast the first stone. So I shared that for my Christian brothers and sisters to take a leaf out of their own page. And just, how could you do this? You've brought Marty to his knees. You've brought me to a state of PTSD, fibromyalgia, shock trauma, all thrown in together. And I'm sitting here shaking like a leaf, and I cannot get this under control. Yeah, I'm scared where this is going for Marty's health and for my health. That's not the topic that we're discussing. It's the fact that there was jealousy and people wanted to discredit Marty and me and turn us into something that I don't think we ever were. I believe in humanity. I believe in kindness to others. I still believe in Ash. I stand with Ash for his humanitarian and global concept of being able to help people in need and people who want to make better lives for themselves and to help others. I am not going anywhere. And I did pray and I did ask that prayers would help to bring forward the truth. And it seems like they have. Marty, thank you for doing this. I know you've been laid raw over the months, over the years. You've opened up your heart. You've opened up your home. You invited us into your living room. And I'm deeply touched by all that you have said. And our friendship, I am especially grateful for. And I'm sorry that there are others who have maybe lost that friendship tie and they did it themselves. Thank you for listening, everybody. It's been a very hard few days. I'm extremely grateful that the truth is out, and I'm extremely grateful to know where this is coming from. I am, however, still deeply saddened and hurt by the fact that people that I thought were my friends didn't have the courage to approach me and tell me what was going on, and I'm deeply saddened that Ash, Mr. Mufara, didn't have the friendship and professional courtesy to discuss this with me directly. But it is what it is. I wish you all well. I wish you to continue to be safe. I wish the continued success of Unpassive, whatever it is called, moving forward, and I hope to be part of it. And I never, ever, ever wanted to be the cause of some division within the community, and I never wanted to have aired this in public. But this, I believe, was something that needed to be said, and I'm grateful that Marty had the courage to do this. Because even when he said to me, Robin, I want to go live, and I would appreciate or like if you were here to hear what I have to say, I had to pull myself really together for this. Marty, thank you. That's all for me.
Thank you, Robin. That was, this isn't fun for sure. I just want to let everybody know in the chat or any comments after the live is done, don't go negative. Don't mention names. I don't want to get into that. I just want to we wanted to tell our side of the story. And this is what I found out. And yes, I was surprised. But I want you all to think about something. Out of everybody in this company, would you think it would have been me? Probably not. There's probably a lot of other people you'd have thought that might have had their name in that back office. But I also want to tell you this. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. Be careful. Some people seem one way and then things happen, and it's sad. The Ash Mufara that I know and got to know for 6.5 years, chatted with 2-3 times a week, sometimes more, always in contact. 3 weeks ago, shut down and not a word. And people were writing me saying, well, why didn't you try to contact them? I sent him, I'm guessing, 30 voicemails, called him on the phone, left voicemails, begging him to tell me what I did. And what does he do? He writes it in the back office. I pray this can all be fixed. But if it can't, it can't. But I'm not going to sit here and start, this guy did this guy did that. I'm grateful that I got to be in this business. If I knew what I knew today, I might not have stuck my head out this far. I might not have opened up my home to everyone. And especially, mainly the leaders, most of the leaders. It's just painful. I can't even think of words to say. and how quickly Marty's no good, and then everybody jumps in. Robin's no good, but they're stealing money. They're greedy. They're nasty. Yeah, when I get out of here, I'm going to go get in my Ferrari. Maybe just take a ride to the park with all the money that was getting. Come on. There's an O News 7 I heard. Let me look at that before I get offline.
And while you're doing that, Marty, I would just like to tease you for a moment. Everybody, please, the message that Marty has put up there on the screen.
Shut up. What is it?
Should actually say, please, everyone in the chat, don't go negative. It's been a running joke with Marty, and it was with Chris as well, that I was their dictionary and encyclopedia to help spelling mistakes. He put do go negative, and I know that that is definitely not what he meant. So please, everybody, from the bottom of my heart, and I know Marty feels the same way, if it's possible to let this go, please do. Please do not go attacking people. Please do not speak ill of somebody else. I agree with Marty. I truly hope that this can be healed. And if not, I still hope to be able to move forward with whatever else is happening. But you've spoken. You don't need us in the positions that people put us in, and we certainly did not go seeking these positions ourselves. So thank you for having trusted us. I hope you will trust us again. Thank you for believing in us at one point. I hope you will believe in us again. And Marty, please, everyone in the chat, don't go negative. It needs to be added there. And don't attack anyone. And we truly just wanted to let you know that we were grateful that we were told, finally, what we had supposedly, allegedly done wrong. But we did it with the full knowledge of people giving from their hearts, or so we thought. And this has just turned incredibly ugly. So take care, everybody. And please be kind to each other. I continue to say that because you don't know what somebody's going through. And just because somebody is smiling, just because somebody shows up, you don't know the pain, you don't know the effort it takes for that to happen. So truly, this is the end of what I'll be saying on this today. Thank you.
I hope it's the end for good. Anyway, I'm going to do lives every day. I'm going to go through AI. If you want some other information, ask me for the link for Passive Nation, and I'll hook you up. You can come in there, and I'm going to keep moving forward, because the main thing that I want to do is try to help people and uplift humanity in my own little way. And I know Robin feels the same way. And anything I can do to help people, that's what I do. And I hope this goes away. I hope it goes away. I see a lot of people here, and you got a little nasty, but I want to thank all of you for calming down. I don't want to attack Mr. Mubarak. I just don't. I don't want to attack anybody. But I want you to be careful. Watch what you say. Watch what you do. There's been many leaders, I want to say, that I've been under scrutiny in the last 6 years. And I always tried to give the benefit of the doubt. And there's a lot of times I fought for them in a little way. And some of the other leaders that you all know trashed them, attacked them, and they don't even know it. That's why I say just be careful. I think people get into this pecking order. I remember people keep saying, oh, you're number one, you're number one. My God, I wish I wasn't number one. Number one didn't help me at all. God bless you all. Stay with me. Stay with Robin. I do have some things I can share as we go. Hopefully I'll be permitted to go in to whatever comes. No, not as a spokesman. I don't need to. But I can go there, and people that want to work together and maybe build something quicker, I believe I can help. And that's what I'd love to do. But no, I'm not. You're not going to probably see me on any of the big webinars. And I think I've been kicked out of there for life. And that's okay. That's okay. Although I helped set up every one of them. The top.live, that's my domain. I think I paid $2 for it. It's hard to believe that 2 years ago I was climbing the Burj Khalifa. Now I'm in a sewer pipe. Shut up. Climbed the Burj Khalifa, now I'm in a sewer pipe. Shut up. You believe that, guys? Anyway, I'll let you go. Thank you for taking the time. I feel better letting this out. Hey, you either believe me or you don't, but I've always been as transparent as I can. If I did ask for a dime, I want to apologize to anybody I did. If you... Anyway, I don't know what else to say. Anyway, be nice, Avery. Anyway, I'm going to go, everybody, because these dogs know I'm on the line.